Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Growth with Joyce. We the future, confidence in action. Pure Gospel, you are welcome. You are welcome to Growth with Joyce. You're welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome to Growth with Joyce. Pure Gospel, how are we doing? How's been your week? You are welcome. It's another day. Yes, it's another beautiful day. How is the weather there? All right, great. You are welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Ivan, you are welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all the supports, for the likes, for sharing our videos, for commenting. Thank you. Please share the link. Thank you so much for all your engagements. I see them. Hopefully, I have been able to reply comments. Yeah, I know there are some that I've not been able to reply, but I know I'm trying my best. You're welcome. Thank you for all your love, your support. Thank you so much. Anyone celebrating birthday today? Okay. I know we have been, our grants, that's our welfare grant that we said we're going to do, is going to come to an end this month, the month of May. I thought that my commitment was going to be this week. Apparently, it's next week. So next week, there will be no live show. So sorry about that. The other week or the next, by the end of the month, that's where we're going to end the welfare grants. So precisely the week, let me just check the dates. So on the 15th, no live show. Sorry about that. On the 22nd, that's when we are going to end. That's when we are going to end the grants. So we've just got next week, that's roughly 2 weeks. So we're going to end it. We're going to give the grants to 3 people, hopefully. So it's going to be 3 people, the first, second, and the third. But what I would like us to do on this show before we start, we'll start in the next 2 minutes, please. Ikechukwu, you are welcome. Good afternoon. How are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for all your supports, for commenting. Thank you for taking the time. I see you. Thank you so much, Ikechukwu. I appreciate it. We are saying the welfare grant is going to end next 2 weeks. We're going to put an end to it. But what I would like you guys to tell me, the little token that we have got, we've got it for 3 people. But you guys tell me if I should share the 3 token among 4 people or 5 people, or will remain the 3. First, second, third. Or first, second, third, fourth. Or first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Because if it's 1 naira or whatever token we want to do, it's just that 1 naira we're going to share among either 3 people or 4 people or 5 people. Please tell me. Let me know in this comment section so that we will know what to do. So type in the comment section if you want us to give out the token, the welfare grant to 4 people, no, 3 people, either 3 people, 4 people or 5. But it's just one. If it's one naira or 1 pound, that's what we're going to share among them. So type in the comment section before we start. That's the first one. And on that day, what topic would you like us to discuss? So which is on the 22nd of July. Of May, sorry. Of May. So that's what we're going to end it, 22nd of May. So do you want, we need it to be useful to the people that we win. Good. All right. So, okay. That's one suggestion, which is the 3 people. All right. Good. So I've got one. So what's the topic you want us to discuss next on the 22nd? Okay. Pure Gospel said, your best decision is good. Thank you. Let it be 3 people. Thank you. So that's enough. So we're going to do 3 people. Thank you. So what topic would you like us to discuss on that day before we crack on? Because we can just be going on and we are not going to remember. So that's why I want to try and do it as early as possible. So you can type in the comment section. We are going to take note of that. All right. So let's start from wellness to illness. A look at mental health. We hear about mental wellness. We hear about, mental illness. Commitment gives lifting. Commitment gives lifting. Gives lifting. Okay, I'll look at that. All right, so we hear people say, this mental disorder, I'm well, I'm this and that. So from wellness, from you being okay, if we think wellness is okay, is being all right, is being mentally fit, is being physically fit. So we're going to look at that today. From wellness to illness, a look at mental health. So that's what we're going to look at. So mental health exists as a spectrum. It is there. From a state of wellness where people feel balanced and resilient, to periods of distress or illness where thoughts, emotions, and behaviors become overwhelming. So it's like a state. Understanding this spectrum helps reduce stigma and encourages earlier and more compassionate support. From when you are okay and when somebody become unwell. So sometimes we might say, No, somebody's not going through any mental health disorder, but you are in a good state. You say, I'm in a good state. But in that good state, it doesn't mean you've not been facing challenges. It doesn't mean your mood has not been fluctuating. Sometimes it doesn't mean you are just completely free. No. All this, you can be in wellness, but you can still go through all this. So, the wellness to illness is either the shifts in mental health. Mental health is not simply health. So, that's what we are saying. It is not simply health or unwell. It shifts over time depending if someone is going through some challenges, stress, environment, biology, and life events. The shift includes several stages. You can say, oh, the person is not hallucinating, it's not being manic, it's not causing problems, but you can be in that state at the same time. You're still going through challenges, but you are able to cope. You are able to overcome them. You are able to sort out issues. You do have touch reality, and but doesn't mean you don't go through the ups and downs. So let me use it that the layman's word, ups and down in terms of your well-being. You'll be in that state, but you still go through all those phases. But you are able to cope. You are able to overcome them. So that's what the well talk about. Positive mental well-being, a person feels emotionally balanced, connected to others, able to cope with everyday stress. You jump up in the morning, you're able to go on, you do this, you do that, you do that, but you are going through that. You see those hills like that. You're able to go through that. Yeah, the person is not in hospital. The person is not taking any medication, no, or to bring your mood down or whatever. But you're able to cope. You're able to go, but you still go through that. Yeah. So it's not like this, like straight like this. You go like that. You're able to cope. Yeah. So you're able to do stuff, able to cope with everyday stress, motivated. You are still motivated. You are still purposeful. You are still, everything is within you. This doesn't mean life is perfect. It means challenges feel manageable. It feels manageable. So you are in that state of wellness. You come back, you say, oh, I feel tired. You still go to bed. The next day, you're still able to jump up from the bed and go and do your day-to-day. And maybe during that time, you go through this, yeah, but you're able to cope. You're able to manage it. You're able to continue, but you are in a wellness state. So that is how the component is with human beings. Oh, you are in wellness. Oh, wellness. Yeah, but still, you're able to cope. It's not free, like, oh, it's not free, but you're able to cope. Yeah. Mental distress, you're able to do that. Common temporary reactions to life pressures, you're able to do that. Like during exams, sometimes we'll be anxious. You'll be anxious. All your adrenaline everywhere, everything is going. But still, when that exam comes, you're able to write it. And after that, you feel okay. Then you are at work. Your boss is saying this, that you have to do this workload and all that. But you're able to do them. You're able to go today, tomorrow, and the next day. You are still in a state of wellness because you have the resilience, you have the emotional state to be able to cope. Then when there's conflicts in relationship, you're able to do it. You're able to talk about the situation. You're able to resolve it. You are still in wellness, but you're able to cope. And when there's money issues, financial issues, the debtors are dragging. They are doing this. They are calling you. The phone is going on. This, that. But you are able to speak to them, have a conversation, arrange a debt plan of how the debt will be paid. You're able to do all that. And you're able to cope. You still go to work. You still do all this stuff. And when it's time to make payments, you're able to pay. And you know you are still owing. So all this, you are still in wellness. Thank you so much for sharing. Please like, please comment. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Any question before we move further? Any question? All right, so let's move on. Thank you. So we are discussing wellness, from wellness to illness. So we are there, financial worries. You have financial worries and you are able to cope. So people may feel overwhelmed, anxious, or low, but symptoms usually improve with rest. You come back, you are overwhelmed, this is happening, but you come back from work or come back from wherever you've gotten all those bags were from. You're still able to go and have a shower, you're able to sit with the family, you're able to make other calls, you go to bed and you relax, you sleep okay. You are still in wellness. So it is the coping strategies. You are able to do all that. So you are still in wellness, because people wonder, I'm in wellness. It means, there is no problem. There is no challenges. There is no this. There is no that. No. It is your resilience, for you to be resilient, to be able to cope, to be able to still go on with life. Even in that state, you are not taking any medication, you are fine. Yes, you are still in wellness. So not necessarily mean you are in wellness and you're not going through all that. For instance, I work I am a mental health nurse, and my kind of job, it has to do with emotional and psychological stuff. Then you wonder, same thing, patients are going through the same thing, and we are the one looking after them, nursing them, caring for them. In a way, we go through that phase with them. We are not in that state, but we go through that phase in caring for them, because that empathy is there. You see them, you understand what they are going through. You put in every strategies in place to ensure that they get better treatment, at the same time for them to be okay, to be well. So me as a person, I feel those pains every time. I feel it emotionally, psychologically, because I am humane. I am human. I feel it as well. I go through that phase with them. It's just like somebody who has a family member. Your loved one is not feeling okay, either physical or mentally. You go through that phase. You go through the phase, but am I able to cope? Am I able to continue to give them that better care that they need? Yes. On a weekly basis, if I'm not on leave, I still have to care for them. I still have to go there and show my face, smile, be happy with them, give them the best treatment. Ikechukwu, yes, managing challenges is for the strong-hearted. Yes, but even if you are not that strong, if you have a way of managing yourself, it is very good. I give you the example. For instance, you are a worker. You finished work. You have gone through those stressors, those stress during the day. those challenges, you've done all that. You have to know how to manage yourself, because you are in wellness. That's why you are able to manage yourself. So how do you continue to be able to manage yourself, to be in that state, so that the next day you'll be able to go to work, the following, you still be able to go to work? You have to learn how to disengage. You disengage, you have finished work, you disengage. You have to put things in place, because if you don't, when you come back, you just be reflecting on everything. There are some situations you have to reflect, but you have to try your best. 80%, you have to disengage. You have finished work, that's it. You get home, you start dealing with what is at home. Because if not, that is where stress start piling up. You finished, you deal with whatever you have dealt with. You just, as if there's a wall, you just put a wall, as if there's a wall in front of you. You do that. Because if not, if you start bringing the one that you have from wherever, you come home with it, the next day you are doing the same thing, and you don't have strategies to manage that your wellness, for you to continue to be in that wellness, that is where the illness we are going to talk about will come to start playing up. That's what is going to happen. So disengaging, yes, pure gospel. Plan yourself and don't allow anything to tamper with it. 100%. If you don't do that, that is where the problem is. Finished work, if you have an issue, like we said on our previous videos, you deal with it, it's done. But if not, when you keep piling, the same thing as work, same thing as every other thing that you take your time, that you spend time emotionally and all otherwise to do. If you don't learn to disengage from things that I just have to, something like work, you come home again, you just be going all over and over. The next day you are doing the same thing. That's where it comes in. That's where somebody will start falling into that illness we are talking about, that we're going to talk about. Yeah. So people may feel mental health problems when distress becomes persistent. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, and begins to affect daily functioning. Mental health problems. When distress, I have this pile up, is continuing and begins to affect daily functioning. Example, I've given one, like work. You finish work, you are the baba, I'm the baba, and you are the baba of work. I'm indispensable. Now let me go feed do that work. Nobody will ever feed do them. You carry and go house. From house again, the next day you carry them. The day somebody say, oh, I am not well, I can't come. Before you know it, somebody is coming to do that work for you. Somebody is coming to do it. So mental health problems, that's where it starts. When distress becomes persistent and begins to affect daily functioning. Ongoing anxiety, you are worried about stuff. Persistent low mood. Difficulty in concentrating. Sleep disruption. At this stage, you will need support. So, any question before we move further? So the first thing we have to try and be doing is learn to disengage from whatever you are doing. Sometimes you say, oh, this work, I have to finish it. Fine. There are sometimes you have to finish one. If you keep doing the same thing, keep going on and on, on and on, on and on, on and on, then you'll be shifting from your mental wellness, from you being able to cope, the person is heading to illnesses. Either physical, especially somebody that has got physical health issues. And it will now be compounded with other stress, it will start aggravating the physical health even more and more. When you know you are, apart from other stressors, maybe work and all that, somebody knows got some challenges, maybe you've got, you are going through some aches like diabetes and all that. You have to look for ways to manage it. If not, all the stressors is going to affect it. Even, but we have important intruders. Yes, you deal with that, but we have to try our best not to be like ongoing. You do it today, then next week again the same thing. You've worked from Monday till Sunday, not just only work, other challenges that will come. If you don't handle them, you keep living it, piling it, going on. That's where the breakdown comes in, because every individual is made up. People are different. Some people feel they are able to cope. Yes, I can cope. I can cope very well. But there are some people that can't cope. There are some people that can't really manage stress as much as the others. But at the same time, that person that always feel I can cope, there's something you've been noticing about that person. One, the person feels he or she can cope very well. Definitely there will be sleep disturbance. Definitely you will be noticing some deterioration in that person, but the person will be feeling as if he or she can cope. You can see sometimes even white hair will start coming, gray hair. Automatically, you see one, and maybe your family, until you are 60 or 50 before you have it. You will see 30 something years old, 40 something, you'll be seeing the white hair one by one, but you'll be thinking you are coping because everything is happening underneath. Then before you look, sometimes, oh, you think you are coping. Maybe you are somebody that always dress nicely. You dress properly. You dress really nice. Then you start noticing your dressing, you are slowing down. Your dress, you when you dress up, when you sometimes, it will start going down. But you'll be thinking you are coping. So if people that are closer to you, they will be noticing some things. It doesn't mean you start talking. No. It doesn't mean you start hallucinating. No. You might not even be in a mania state. You might not be in a high mood, but there are other little signs that will be coming up. People that are closer to you, they'll be seeing it, but you will not see it. Okay, Ikechukwu say, Ma, what can one do to avoid stress? One, you have to have a plan. Every day you must have a plan. Maybe how you will be doing your job. Even if you are employed, let's say you are employed. When you know you are employed, you have to, sometimes one of the ways that causes stress when it comes to job is proximity to workplace. When you want that job, you will say, anywhere a day I go. It doesn't matter. Even if it's 3 hours, I will drive there. I will look for that bus or that train that will take me there. No problem. So in terms of you being employed, you are working for somebody. It starts from proximity to work. When your work, the distance is very far, and you go to work 5 days a week, it will start telling on you. Fine, that's the only job you could get. Sometimes it might be the only job you could get. Then you have to look for strategies. Maybe you can speak to your employer and say, can I do so and so hours and so and so hours? Then in the workplace, how you can manage, you have to have what they call boundaries. Boundaries is not wall. It's not like wall. Boundaries. how you be doing your stuff, how you be interacting, how you be doing your workload. You have to have all that. Then if you are a employer, you have to try and strategize your stuff as well. Then if you are going through other challenges, you have to start solving them one by one. You can't do everything. You have to know your limits, what you can do. You have to learn how to say no to some things. There are times I might say, this week, I want to make extra £5. When I know how my body is doing me, whether I'm owing United Kingdom, whatever it may be, when I know how I'm feeling within, I won't go and look for that £5. I know I need it, but I will, instead of the £5, I will say, okay, let me just go and look for £2 and leave the £3 so that I can use that hour to rest. So you have to strategize, plan. No matter how it is, you do it. They say debt or not, they go prison. If you go prison, how you go to pay the debt? So that's how you strategize it. I hope I've been able to answer your questions. So, mental illness, we are still there. A mental illness is a diagnosable condition that significantly impacts thinking, emotions, or behavior. When somebody is having mental health disorder, maybe they just started, you will not know, you yourself, the person itself that is involved, it is somebody else that will see all the features, everything that is happening. And sometimes when somebody is trying to tell the person will not understand because it involves thinking, the mind, the way the person is behaving. So somebody else. So some of the type of mental illnesses are depression. We have talked about it. The low mood, the high mood, the stressors of it, what causes it, and all that. So we have bipolar disorder. So all this topic, I'm going to discuss them. I am not a doctor, but from the nursing point of view, we have discussed depression. I can tell you stuff about it, but I cannot diagnose it. I can manage patients who are going through it. I can assess a patient. I will see those features, but I cannot diagnose it. But I will know this is what I think is happening. So bipolar, which is the more of the high mood. Schizophrenia. There are two under that. We have the positive and the negative symptoms. So if it's something I want to discuss in future, I'll be able to tell you that. I'll be able to give you a very good scenario so you will be able to pick some things. Eating disorder. Some people will say, it's just they eat like that. Do you know when people are having, especially depression, you either see them, they will be eating a lot because they are trying to comfort themselves, or they don't want to eat at all. Because depression, those two symptoms are there as well, the negative and the positive side as well. So they have it. Severe anxiety. Severe anxiety disorder. Ikechukwu, learn how to say no to something. Yes, if you have to. If you have to. So those are kind of boundaries as well. But the no, you do it in a polite way. Let's say you are employed and your employer, you don't say no to employers. You don't do that. You don't say, no, I can't do this thing. No, I can't do this thing. You don't. It sounds disrespectful that they've employed you and they are paying you for the job and you are telling them, no, I can't do this or I can't do this. You don't say that. The Englishman have what they call diplomatic. You don't say that. You do answer to all the questions. and you start doing them one by one, isn't it? So if they've given you 10 things to do, and those 10 things, you are doing them, you start with the number 1, you finish it. Number 2, but they ask you to do 10. The employer knows that you might not be able to complete 10, but he will say, do 10, do these 10 duties, these 10 tasks, do it. They know you might not be able to. So you do them as you can. You do them as you can, the first, second, as you go on. Then what you can say to your employer, I'm sorry, I have started doing the tasks that you asked me to do, but I couldn't finish it. I'm sorry. Can I continue tomorrow? Your employer will look at you. I've asked you, I paid you to do this job. Da, 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 da. Please, sir, please, ma, can I continue? Your employer will look at you, or from telephone or through email or whatever. They will say, yes, you can continue tomorrow. Except in an emergency situation, that's different. In emergency, we go all the way. All the way. For anything, you do all that. Yeah? So, that's for that. These conditions, this one we have stated. Please share the link. Invite other people, if comments, like. Thank you. Any question? Any questions so far? Ikechukwu, thank you. Say nice one, ma. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we have one topic, commending gives uplifting. So this is one of the topics we might look into. So Pure Gospel suggested this one. Commending gives uplifting. Any other suggestion? In terms of the topic we'll look at on the 22nd of this month, so that we can start working on it. So if you have any topic you'd like us to discuss, please leave it in the comments section. Thank you so much. Yes, so we said we are going to end our welfare package on the 22nd of May. And we are going to give it to 3 people, like we said initially, before we, so initially. It's not a lot, but I believe it's just a very good gesture. All right, so thank you. So let's move on. These conditions, all this we have mentioned, depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, eating disorder, severe anxiety disorders, these conditions are treatable, and many people recover or manage symptoms well with the right support. People will say, oh, will people ever get better if they are going through all this? Over the years, I have nursed and provide support. I will tell you 100%. But where the problem is this. Why you see people, you say, but I thought they said he's well, oh. How come he's still sick again now? Why did he relapse again? I thought they said the medication is working. I thought. So I want to tell you where the problem is. The first problem is if that person does not have what they call insights, he does not actually know what has happened to him or her, or what kind of illness he or she has. If he doesn't understand it, that's the first problem. Because when the person starts getting better, they'll tell the person, and this is why you are in hospital, This is why you are receiving treatment. Like I said to you, when somebody start being unwell, the person will not know what is happening. It is the people around the person. It's quite different from I have a cut, so you can see it. The person will not know. So when the person now gets better, is getting better, the person will start having the understanding, having insight that it will say, okay, so you brought me to hospital because of this and that. When the person has that understanding is the first thing. It's okay. The person is suffering from bipolar disorder. The person will understand and say, yes, okay. What's so the understanding is the first thing. Then what actually caused it? The person will now know. So if it runs in the family, the person will know. If it's because of stress, the person will know. If the person is able to manage his or her stressors, the thing that has caused it, that person might never come to hospital again. The person might even go what they call remission. It means he's well, the doctor has weaned the patient off medication, but he has gone through mental health challenges, but he's well, no medication, nothing. If the person recognizes and knows the stressor and says, because of this, if this happened, you become aware. This happened, become aware. If the person is able to manage that, that's the answer. If it's an induced, it means it has been caused by maybe misuse of substances and all the alcohol, illicit substances and all that. The person knows and decides, say, I stop, I no do again. That's the first step of healing. But when the person say, no, I do or die, I must enter there, then the mental illness will continue. But some don't know. No, they don't know. But you have to tell them, because as they are getting better, they will be engaging with the doctor. The doctor will be telling them and say, this is what happened, this is what has happened, this is what happened. Then that's the first one, the first presentation. The second one, third one, the person already knows is going through that phase. It's just that when the illness, when the person relapses, when the person becomes unwell again, after a while, the person will actually know that he's not well. In between treatments, they know that they are not well. They know. All right. So what influences movement along shifts? Mental health is shaped by a mix of factors. Biological factors. You hear, the person know they drink, they smoke, they do this, they do that. How come it's become unwell now? So biological factors, what we call biological factors, can be genetics, it can be brain chemistry, it can be physical health. It can be physical health. Then you say, how come? Yes, because when somebody has some kind of physical health issue, we start thinking about it. You will start thinking. Then that one will start affecting his thinking. It will start affecting it. And sometimes we say, let me just take this alcohol a little bit. At least it will make me, I won't remember those problems. Then it will start. So that's the link. You have psychological factors, that is coping skills, trauma, history, personalities. Social factors, it can be relationship. You will just hear somebody, maybe there's breakage in marriage, there is one problems or the other in terms of social issues. It can be employment, it can even be discrimination. There are some people you will lay off from job, lay them off from their job, and their job is what they have. They can become unwell. And maybe some people are going through divorce, they can't cope, they can become unwell. That's a social factor. They don't have it in their family. The person doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do any of those things. But social factors can cause somebody to become mentally unwell. Relationship, especially relationship. Housing, the person doesn't have a place to lay his or her head every day. He's going under the bridge, going every day. The person will be he will be having a lot of stress. Discrimination can cause it. At work, maybe they are giving you a lot of headache, buzz, up and down. It can make somebody to become unwell. Lifestyle factors. Sleep. We are not sleeping. No sleep. Every day. I must go to that party. I must read and read. I must walk and walk. Yes, I'll walk today. Next week, walk. Diet, what we eat, physical activity, digital habits. We are all of us here, we are social media people, but we have to know how to manage it. Lifestyle factors. People say, I know they drink, I know they smoke. We have social factors is even one of the biggest. These factors interact, meaning mental health can improve or worsen depending on life circumstances. Social media is good, 100% pure gospel. How do we manage it? How do we manage it? Some countries, some places, why they put restrictions, especially for age. You say, oh, there's restriction here for these children, there's restriction here for that restriction. Why? Because children, their brain is still developing. It's still developing. So when they get in contact with a lot of stuff, it messes up as they are growing up. It's like under 18, even under 22 or 25, from maybe down 25. 21, your brain is still developing. Some youth will say, oh, I had illicit substance. Maybe I tasted it small, when I was 18, when I was even 19, like that. That thing that they tasted just once, or maybe few times, or sometimes once, when they are 25, even 30, that illicit substance that they have tasted, because the brain has not actually developed to the fullest, they can become mentally unwell straight away, just that once. So when they say parental control, there's a reason for it. It's the mind, the brain, they are trying to protect. All right. Why this model matter? Understanding the wellness to illness spectrum helps because it reduces stigma by showing that everyone moves along the shifts. Yes, we all move along the shifts. Encourages early help seeking, highlights that mental health is dynamic, not fixed. Supports prevention, not just treatments. That's why we are doing all this. In this show is more of enlightenment. It says support prevention. Okay, I should be doing this. This is how I should be going so that I will not become unwell. Help services tailor support to person's needs. It also aligns with modern mental health care, where services so we have to. Stage 1, description. Well-being, balance, mood, resilience, health. we are still functioning. Distress, temporary stress reaction is still manageable. Persistent symptoms affecting our daily life. Illness, diagnosis, condition requiring supports. Pure gospel, discipline yourself, that's it. In every stages of your life, you have to try your best. It's not easy, but we have to try our best on a daily basis because mental health can happen in any stage of life, excluding maybe 0 years, 2 years, 3 years. But even from 5, you can start seeing it. Children's behavior, you can start picking up. You can start picking bits. Then you start corrections. You start doing what you need to do. So, remember, mental health isn't a sign of weakness. It's not. It's part of being human. Remember, you have just been feeling a little bit off, or you are navigating more serious challenges. There's help out there. You talk to friends. You talk to friends, professionals. Small steps can make a big difference. So let's normalize the conversation around mental health. Check in with yourself. Are you thriving or just surviving? And if you need it, don't hesitate to seek for help. Because from wellness to illness, our mental health deserves the same care and attention as our physical health. As we look after our physical health, we have to look after our mental well-being. So, any question? Any question? Ikechukwu, that's true. Thank you so much. So that's the end of our topic for today. From wellness to illness. Like we discussed, wellness not necessarily mean everything is like an equilibrium. It can be like that. Like that. But we are still in it. So it's our coping strategies. And also, we should not get to the extent that we become unwell. We have to put every preventative measures in place so that we can continue to be in wellness. But we are the only one that can do it by ourselves. I know there are a lot of challenges, but we have to try our best to be in that state of wellness to a good percentage on a daily basis. So thank you very much for joining Pure Gospel. Ikechukwu Ivan, thank you so much. So on the 22nd, we're going to meet, and on that day, that's where we have a little bit of discussion. And on that day, we're going to have time with Joyce as well. So it means if there's anything you want to ask me around the mental health, then I will be able to answer. So it's going to be time with Joyce on that day, where we are going to do our welfare package giveaway, because we all have been so great. So thank you so much. Thank you. Do have a good weekend. I know I will still be seeing you guys where you are commenting, where you are liking, where you are sharing. So any question regarding our videos, our live shows, Please, let's continue to engage on our YouTube channel and in the comment section, in our community section. Let's continue to engage. If we have questions, leave it there. We're going to answer you. If you have anything you'd like us to discuss, we can leave it there. We'll discuss it. If you have any question in particular regarding our videos, our live shows, please leave it there. Continue to share and to like and to comment. So thank you so much for listening to me today. We the future, confidence in action. Thank you. Bye-bye.